So I tried a few different options here for supports, and as you can see, like this one, the front teeth didn't do so well, but it was just a test, so I wasn't too mad about it. Luckily, I tried several different things on this batch and didn't get stuck with only a whole bunch of those. This seemed to be my favorite as far as orientation goes, and I just put all the supports on the back of it. Now, things look a little rough with this resin, but that's kind of my fault because it was a little cold this morning, and this resin had been sitting in a vat for probably about 2 weeks. This one I printed flat on the bed, so the bottom of it is completely flat. But the teeth didn't quite form properly on the top. We had some little islands that didn't. I would have had to put some supports on them, which would have brought it up off the bed and made the bottom wavy like the other one. This was a horrific idea. And this didn't work at all because it left so many artifacts from the supports on the teeth. And yeah, there's a few different ways you can process it, obviously, that make that less obvious, but I didn't think that far ahead. And I did it a couple times because one of them had supports that were just on the build plate and others were like everywhere, so it would get like the whole thing and it would actually, print. And this one was at an angle. I was hoping that this one would do a little better, but actually didn't do terrible, but there was like the supports. I had to sit there with a metal toothpick and dig out the supports in the roof of the mouth later on. So this is once I got everything cleaned up, and you can see those top teeth are just not there. They were islands and they're stuck to my FEP, so I'll have to take care of that in a little bit. Luckily I have extra vats, so I can put it off be lazy for right now. But yeah, I mean, you can take a look like this one. There's still some supports in there I have to dig out, but I don't know. I mean, overall, everything printed pretty good. Yes, it could have printed a lot better, but like I said, I kind of was just in a hurry to throw these on and see how they were going to turn out. I did like printing this one though, on the back with the supports, just on the back and not up on the teeth. It came out really well. And then this one, see all those divots on the front teeth? That's the face down one, and that is a lot to clean up. So I can use some UV resin on top of it though and make them look like it's like, foaming at the mouth or something. Do something cool when I paint it, it'll be fine. This one, the same thing. Like there was just too much going on and way too many supports in really detailed areas, so they're really hard to clean up. I did a lot of this too as far as experimenting. See, those don't have no top teeth. A lot of the experimenting I did because I was trying to show my kids, give this as an example, because I'm teaching them how to use a 3D printer and how to slice and use supports and things like that. So these were all auto-generated supports, heavy supports, and here's everybody at their little rave in their tanning booth getting processed. And I didn't have them in there very long, but with this resin it was long enough for them to get a little yellowed. So I found though that over time that yellowing actually lightens up quite a bit. And then I just took everything and gave it a quick prime with, I have no idea what kind of primer that is. I put that bottle of paint, I put paint in that bottle, I don't even know when. And I started this just holding them by hand, and then I was blowing them all over the table, even though my, it was a mess. So finally after just making a bigger mess, I decided to get out my giant tongue depressors and some blue tack and get everything tacked in place so that they were a lot easier to work with. This makes painting so much easier. I don't know what I was thinking trying to airbrush while holding things in my hand. That's completely insane. And if you listen really carefully, you can hear my cat snoring in the background right now. Tycho's really old and he snores like a bear. I apologize. But yeah, with the primer you can get a little bit, it shows you a little bit more of the detail and stuff and what's going on. I didn't thick prime them. I just put a little bit of just something there, kind of ends up looking a little bit smoky. so that I have a little bit easier time picking out detail and stuff when I'm painting. And I didn't do anything, you know, like a zenithal or anything like that. I just wanted to get something on here so that I could see, you know, print quality and, you know, just have like the basic outline for what I'm going to paint. Painting is going to be my next video because I have some errands I have to run today. So, woohoo. The lightly primed finished product. And this is what I'll be painting later on. Like I said, you can see some of them, the teeth just didn't form, which that's all my bad. I knew better. I also did this while I was still half asleep. But for the most part, I mean, I really like the design, and you know, I like them. You can see the layer line, see that? That is all about angles, how you print in relation to the print bed. It really is. And also, once again, temperatures and exposure times and all of that have an effect on those kind of issues. So, and some of it really can't be avoided too, so you just kind of have to go with it and learn how to manipulate the model in a way to where it's easy to clean those things up in post. But there you have it. So, I'm gonna go, and like I said, I will update you as soon as I get these guys painted, which should be within the next day or two. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.